What is up guys, Speed here, and today I'm going to be looking at your games. So, you might be asking, Speed, what do you mean your games? Well, on the YouTube community tab of this channel, I asked for your replays, so if you want your games looked at whenever I make a post about it, or if you want to join Guess the Rank, you should go check that out, right? You should just kind of pay attention to it, or I think you can turn on notifications to make sure that you get that message when let you guys know, hey, I'm looking for replays, I want to make a video, and that is what today is. So hopefully these games will give you guys an accurate representation of the mistakes that you make in your games as well, so that you can identify them, fix them, and so on. So, of course, to help out the channel, if you want to help us grow, as we're posting here daily, and it does take a lot of work for, me, the editors, the guy in the background who I'm not allowed to talk about, who titles the videos. I can't tell you about him, but it's a lot of work for all of us. So if you could hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here, or if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it. And now, let's hop into the video. But alright, also guys, sub to the gameleap website. Want to know why you should? Because I can't pay rent this month. That's the only reason. If there was another reason, such as quality content that we post there every single day by top tier pros that's going to help you get to the next level, then maybe I would tell you that. But that's not the case, right? It's really not the case. First things first, we're going to be looking at Ryan's gameplay. He's playing Winter Wyvern, and he said, initially, I had a good laning phase, but it went downhill after minute 10. As a position 5 player, I focused mostly on my positioning and warding. I want to know how I could have helped us win the mid game instead of getting stomped by a Pugna and Tiny. Great question, Ryan. Mid game as a position 5 can be very, very confusing because often you're not the strongest hero on the map. However, you're expected to create a lot of space. So let's talk about how you could have done that better starting at minute 10, right? That's when you said things went downhill. So the first thing I would note is the items. I'm not a huge fan of when I see people just have straight mana boots. I say this in a lot of videos, but I'd rather see you have a stick and tranquils and raindrops, because those items, not only would they give you a lot of movement speed, they would also make you significantly harder to kill, while mana boots doesn't do that. One of the things that Wyvern wants to do in the mid game, and we'll see if you do it, is defend towers. And if you're really squishy, well, you can get dove and one shot by a Tiny. And then all of a sudden, you can't defend the tower anymore. So yeah, looking at this game here, I'm curious to see what type of plays you're making. The first thing I'd have to say is I'm questioning this play right here. This play is at 943, you buy boots for the Spectre and you bring it back to him. Now, while I understand, you want to give your Spectre boots, the problem is, hey, we're past the laning stage. It's 944 in. And while protecting your Spectre still could be an option, I'm just afraid that this isn't the point of the game where you want to do that anymore. You're almost level 6, which means you're going to be very impactful in fights, and so I wouldn't really want to just quote-unquote lane bottom. And if I am going to lane bottom here, well then I'm going to pull, right? Instead of just walking around in circles like this, I would try to set up a kill. Well, how do you set up a kill onto the Tiny? You need to get the lane back, right? That's the only way you can get a kill, so you need to pull. And a lot of players don't realize this. Guys, you can pull even if it's not 2 minutes in. I don't know why no one pulls later into the game. You can do it. You could literally pull 20 minutes into the game just to get the wave back. I feel like it's an underused mechanic. Even by pros, I think it's something that could be considered more often. I'm surprised people don't do it more, as it can give you, certain types of map control. But in the laning stage or in the mid game like this, you should pull the lane back, because now here, not only do you show yourself, which is really bad, right? You don't want to tell the Tiny that you're here, but also you don't pull the lane back, and therefore you guys can't go for a kill. And so you're just walking around in circles, right? And this is obviously not that practical by every stretch, right? You can't do anything. This is just kind of like a waste of time. Looks like you guys are going to get a kill. Thankfully, the Tiny is not paying any attention. Uh-oh, I think you're... Okay, good curse. Good curse. I love that you just used it, Good. Should give your boy a tango, though, I think. Nice. Okay. Considering you did stay bottom, even though I don't necessarily fully agree with all that, it did work out. The Tiny overextended, you got the kill, and I like the fact that you were willing to use the curse. That's secure to kill. Now, the main thing I'd like to consider here, and whenever I'm playing Wyvern, is where can I defend a tower? And I really mean that, especially if I have no curse. Because if I have no curse, and I'm just a level 1 Q and a W, I'm not that impactful if I'm roaming around like trying to set up kills. So right now, what would I do? Well, I would say, okay, the Pugna's sieging in my top tower, I'll go W him. I'll just go scare him, right? Just go Q him, go scare him, go push him off the wave. He can't solo kill you, right? He does have an Aether Lens, you have to be very careful. He theoretically could solo kill you if you step out of position. But what you do here, you should have done much earlier, right? You should have been defending it from the start. Looks like you're going to go for the deny. Okay, good try. You see what I'm saying, Corazon? You need to be here and ready to defend towers. And really, that's like, when I'm playing Wyvern, even in high mark games, all I do is defend towers. Especially if I have no curse. Because Wyvern without curse in the early game is fairly underwhelming, especially when you don't have a lot of points in your queue. And so yeah, if I was you, keep that in mind. Also, your position here is very dangerous. You shouldn't be auto-attacking the creep wave from here. Just because if the Pugna came from the trees, he could kill you. Now, we do see a mid at this point, so it's safe. But just be careful about, like, auto-attacking creep waves from in front of it. It's just a bad habit that can get you killed. Oh, you should have pushed to the next wave. Why did you back here? I don't understand why you would back. Don't tell me to ward, because you could ward 3 seconds later, right? The thing is, whenever a creep wave is here, your creep wave, that means there's one about here or here. And so, you should push in the wave. Like, go get more gold. Don't you want to get to this Aether Lens? Right? Like, that's what I'd be thinking. How do I get to the Aether Lens? Also, this is not... I would not take the Tome if I was you. Although I think Tome is great on Wyvern, and I would probably take it if I was in your position, just because, you know, I'm confident in my Wyvern. I think this Veno needs it. He is brutally underleveled, and he's a very level-dependent hero, so I would personally let him have it and just get an earlier Aether Lens. And this is the typical thing I see with 2K supports. Guys, please don't be afraid to take farm. Don't be afraid to shove waves. Why not get to level 10 quicker? Why not get to level 8 quicker, right? Don't you want a second point in your W? Don't you want your 50 damage talent? Don't go put down this useless ward. Man, I know, okay, and I think I even forgot to say, this is like a 2 to 3k average MMR game, right? People aren't gonna smoke invade the jungle. They're barely ever gonna make aggressive plays into the jungle. It just doesn't happen. Don't believe me? Go watch your games carefully. It rarely happens. And so instead of spending your time warding an area that people rarely invade, you could shove in the top wave and hit level 8. And so when you're walking across the map like this, it just doesn't make any sense. And the question you have to ask yourself is, what am I doing? What am I doing? Am I doing something? Am I setting up to protect my team? Like, you get a D-ward here, that's all fine and dandy. I have no problem with that. D-warding is great, but I wouldn't grief my ability to get a lot of levels on a leveled, hungry hero such as Wyvern. I mean, think, like, you know how good the spell gets when you max it out, Arctic Burn? It's insane. It's insane, right? So even here, go push the mid wave. This is how your bracket works. I know people don't want to hear it and they get mad when I tell them, oh, people need to farm more. But what is he doing? Guys, and this applies to all of you, no matter what role you're playing. I would say this to a 3, a 2, a 1. In these low MMR games, people group up before they even have to. Dude, you have a teleport scroll. If a fight breaks out, you can TP in. If you want to protect your core, well, then at least hope he's in a side lane, because they're not going to go on him here. It just doesn't really happen, especially at this MMR. And so that's my take. I think if you wanted to have more impact this game, then you need to, instead of just running around in circles, you should force some TPs. Force the enemy team to come top. Split them up, right? Make someone TP top. Then you have a 4v5 bottom. Like, these are the type of plays and ways to get farm that I want you guys to think about. And here, it looked to me like there was a curse opportunity. I feel like you could have set up. Like, anytime I see 2 heroes grouped up like this, I feel like you just freak out for no reason. If I'm you, I'm going to curse this Pugna. This looks like a really good curse to me. Followed up with, you know, a Gale and a ulti and, you know, Quap spells. You know, your spells, I feel like the Pugna's dead, so this was a very bad reaction on your part. This is a very free curse, especially previous to him using Nether Ward. That was a very, very free curse. You shouldn't be so afraid. Even though their team is here, you shouldn't be so afraid. Here, you should just Q this guy. This Pugna is brutally out of position. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, man, you're playing... Oh, man. This is what I mean. And honestly, this is a big reason why Wyvern doesn't have a higher win rate in these brackets, because people hesitate so much with curse. And it started with that first curse. You could have easily killed the Pugna there. But then even here, like, this guy's out of position, like, period. So right here, you need to go on him. I don't know why it took you so long, to be honest. It just took you a long time to go. You're auto-attacking here, no problem. But then once again, just curse him, man. Just curse. Like, I know he's low, and I know you just want to use your W, but don't take the chance. This is a big kill. This is their mid laner, right? Just cast the spell, right? Like, even here, cast it. Don't, like, there's no reason to play greedy. You just threw away a kill on a level 11 Pugna that would make you level 9.5. Why is Pugna running back in? Right? But you not using your spells there actually technically gets the Quap kill to some extent. Also, you know, maybe you could have had a wand. And you also could have potentially a full Aether Lens at this point in the game if you kind of did what I was saying. But okay, let's keep going. Once again, alright, so Corazon, I need to just really push you on something, then we're going to move on to the next play. But here, your teammate gets gone on, right? So, all fine and dandy, you know, nope, nothing too bad here. Good curse, but then, you don't need to run away. Now, I understand you have no spells, So, you know, it is what it is. But then don't go so far away. Your spell's coming up. Like, this is a good W. Just get the damage out. I know maybe you didn't think your axe was going to come, but he does. And you have to think about the fact that your Spectre is Haunt, so you have to keep that in the back of your mind. And so you just got to make sure you stay in the fight there. And it's a big deal with Wyvern. You just got to always be ready to set up these fights. Especially in this bracket, man, I'm telling you, it is very easy to get multi-man curses if you look for them, right? It's similar to what I said earlier. You're just too afraid. You're just very, very afraid. So main things I would say before we move on, good spellcasting there. I would buy Stick. I would buy Raindrops. I'd buy some Clarities. I would push in more waves, and I would be less afraid to set up fights and look for these opportunities to set up for my team, especially if it's like their mid laner, right? If you can set up on a Pugna with Curse, that means he's out of position, because this Pugna should never really let you curse him when he has Aether Lens. But he did. He just let you do it for free there, and you didn't. Alright, so thanks for that replay. Corazon, wish you the best, and let's get into the next one. Next up, we have the Terror from the Herald bracket, playing Juggernaut. And yeah, he did pretty well. 21-5. But what did he say? What did he say from the post? Note, it's a Herald bracket with, I don't know what that means. I was pretty farmed, but I believe I have a lot of mistakes that I hope you help me to go through. Senpai. You know, that's very nice, but I'm not into anime, so therefore we're gonna have to close your replay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, now, but in all seriousness, let's get into it, starting at the 10-minute mark. First things first, dude, you're playing Juggernaut, and you don't have a stick or a wand. That is, or clarities. That is how? Your hero needs mana to function. Your hero needs mana to farm. Juggernaut should be constantly spinning waves and camps in order to get farm. So it's just really bad that, you know, you're not doing that. It's very important that you do. Now, next up, let's look at how you increase your efficiency. So we're 11 minutes in. The question I'd like to ask everyone is, what do you do after you push in this wave? Well, the answer is, you check this tower, you say, is it low? Okay, it's not low. Therefore, I'm going to hit this camp. Now, this camp's not alive, but it's respawning, so it's whatever. So you're going to hit this wave, then you're going to go to this camp, and then this camp, and then you're going to consider going back to the wave, depends. Or you'll just go from this camp to this camp to this camp, right? Really nothing too crazy there. And let's see what you do. So you're going to hit this range creep, and you're going to do walk around in circles and play Ring Around the Rosie with Ragnaroo on the Pudge. That's a lot of fun. You know, it's been a while since I played that minigame in a real game of Dota. Yeah, the PA is Blur hitting a creep camp as you shoving a wave alone. And oh no, okay, oh no. Okay, so quick tip, Terror. Whenever you're spinning on Pudge, it's very important that, or sorry, not spinning on Pudge. Whenever you're spinning in general, don't auto attack, because when you're spinning, your auto attacks do no damage. You can actually proc things like Maelstrom and Battle Fury Cleave and MKB, but your normal auto attack damage will not do any damage. So when you spin here, what you want to do is you want to just click in front of him, or you want to use your move command to just stay on top of him. Those are your two options. And here you auto attack, which means that now you're out of spin range. So right there, you just wanted to stay on top of him with the spin, then drop the Omni Slash and you'd secure the kill. Well, no, not with the creep wave coming. You wouldn't be able to get the kill, but, you know, you had to spin there. So, oh, good Omni Slash. Nice. Nice. But this is why you need clarities, because here, you want to spin this wave and then go farm the jungle. No need to auto attack. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay, careful about spinning a wave and then walking towards where the enemy team could be. I would probably walk down if I was you. But okay, looks like you're going to get a pretty good Battle Fury timing. I don't know why you're still laning 13 minutes in, though. You really should push the wave and then try to kill this camp. So, I hope you do it here. This is your last chance. Ah! Dude! You hit the wave and then go to the camp. And then you go to the camp. And then you go back to the wave. That's what you do. Now, this tower is pretty low, I understand, but you don't have Omni Slash, so you're probably not going to kill the Pudge, right? Pudge, no, Pudge, no. This is why you're in Herald. He deserves it. Stay in Herald, Pudge. Stay in Herald. But, yeah, I mean, you're just not really increasing any efficiency, so. Basically, the problem with your gameplay is that... Oh, God, are you dead? Oh, my God. Well, the problem with your gameplay is it's risky, you're fighting without a wand, and most importantly, if you don't get a lot of kills, you're not going to do well. And you don't want, as a carrier, games to be based off whether or not you get kills. Can you get kills to amp your farm? Absolutely, right? You having 5 kills and 2 deaths at that point in the game, that's fantastic. But 65 CS at 14 minutes in, when you're having this good of a start, is absolutely unacceptable. And the way you fix that is by pushing the wave and then jungling, pushing in the wave and then jungling. And when you get that pattern down, you will easily get out of Herald. I absolutely guarantee it, because you will be miles ahead of your bracket. There is no one with above 75 CS at 15 minutes in. Pros with Juggernaut, can have 150 at this point in the game. And that is really, if I was you, I would recommend on doing in order to hardcore stomp these games. Learn to double the CS of the Sanding Mage, right? And you'll realize if you practice it in the lobby enough, you'll actually be able to do that pretty reliably, as I guess Lone Druid is just AFK. You gotta love it. I would just Omni Slash this guy, to be honest. There's no need to be greedy. So this is a big thing, another big thing with Juggernauts that I see, which is they just aren't willing to commit Omni. Just use it. Just use it, man. The best thing you could do. This is your formula, alright? This is your formula. Spin waves, spin camps, push in a wave, jungle. Then, if you see there's an opportunity to kill someone who's overextending, spin on them. If there's no creep wave nearby, use your Omni Slash. Anytime you have a large cooldown spell, whether or not it's Black Hole or Ravage, if it's 15 minutes or beforehand, and that's not an exact science, it's a general rule of thumb that it is good to follow. If it's 15 minutes or prior, or, approximately around there, just use your ultimate. Just use it. Because your goal here is to amplify your farm, not win a team fight, right? So pickoffs are the way to go. And now you're going to get kind of by a Viper. This looks like a good kill. Alright, that Omni Slash is fine. You got to be careful about the upcoming hook. You do got the healing ward out, though, which is going to keep you alive. Once again, though, a wand would make these fights significantly easier. They would not be even close. So just keep that in mind. Wait, what was that? What was that? You bought a Mask of Madness and then sold it and bought a What's happening? You're going Mask of Madness after Battle Fury? That's kind of weird. I mean, it's not... I like Mask of Madness on Jug. Personally, I would probably just buy Drums this patch. I feel like it's just... like, I think my build on Jug would be like Treads, Wand, Drums, Battle Fury. You can go Battle Fury first too if you want to farm. That's totally fine. Okay, showing up to a fight. Here you should run to the bottom, cut the wave. See, this is the typical... And dude, the earlier you can get this out of your head, man, the faster you're going to win. You do not have to show up to every fight. You have no Omni Slash. It's under a tier 2 tower, which is the worst place to fight in Dota other than like high ground. And so just go push in bottom, right? You should go from here, and we'll see if you do it or not. Maybe you do. You should go to here, to here, to here. Boom. You're huge, right? Let's see what you do. Okay. All right, Terra. This is what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have went to here. I would have personally went to the wave just, because yeah. So I personally would have went to the wave just because they're worth quite a bit more. Going to the mid wave is not terrible, but it does set up for this. And one thing I can teach you is that, playing around mid in these low MR games is usually the most dangerous area, just because most people are afraid of the side lanes, but they'll always just clump up mid. So you're better off split pushing in side lanes. You'll rarely die, from my experience. But okay, we're gonna end it up there. We'll do one more replay, and I'll see you guys there. All right. Last replay, we're looking at Babu Rao, and this is Guardian and Herald. And I just have to say, I know I'm supposed to only look at like 10 minutes plus. That was the purpose of this video, but I can't help but say, please, why do people in low MR games never buy small items? Why did the Jug not have a wand? Why are you rushing mana boots? Bruh, if you want to stomp the lane, what you need to do is buy a soul ring, and then buy a wand, and then buy... Actually, no, here you go. Buy 2 bracers, literally rush 2 bracers. Don't buy boots. Do not buy boots. Instead, buy 2 bracers and a stick, then buy like this thing, and then buy a soul ring, and you will stomp your lane. You will stomp. You'll have infinite HP regen, you will hit so much harder, and you will do so much better. Guys, please buy small and stat items to win your laning stage. It is going to help you so much. These mana boots do not win the lane. The way you win the lane is by denying like 20 creeps. As an Underlord, I really encourage you, Baba, to focus on learning how to get more denies. Because like using this Q and all, it's not bad, but you could do that with a soul ring and then be much tankier. You could do that with bracers and a stick, right? And be much tankier and much better at laning. And like, look how many spells this line is casting. Imagine if you had a stick. Right? The stick is nearly as good as, in this case, when this guy's just gonna suck you off every 3 seconds. It's much better to have a stick. It's much, much better. Instead of just staying this far back, right? Like, you need to contest all of these creeps, man. You need to contest all of these creeps. The reason I'm being harsh here is because you said, using Underlord as my ticket out of Herald and Guardian. You don't need a ticket, man. You can play any hero. No one needs a ticket. Is Underlord easier than other heroes? Absolutely. Is the hero good in this bracket? Yeah, he wins more games because he's simple. But still, you need to contest every creep. You need to buy items that actually help you win the lane and copy pro builds. You will never see a pro do this. You will never see them. And for good reason. It's not because they're not in your bracket. It's because they do things that optimize their gameplay, right? The thing a pro would do in a 7K game, they would do in a 0K game as well. Things don't change. It's just really about how well you do them. Now let's go towards the mid game. All right, so here we are, 13 minutes in. I'm only saying as per usual because it's the truth. As per usual, the CS is low. Oh my god, you missed the camp with your Q. Oh, this is so painful to watch in terms of efficiency. I'm all about small efficiencies, right guys? I'm all about small efficiencies. If you don't do everything for small efficiency, it makes me slightly sad. So right here, you make a stack, right? I think it was accidental, I don't know. It looked accidental, but hey, if it was intentional, good on you, well played. Main thing though, if you're gonna kill this stack, which you should, there's no reason not to, you have another firestorm up in 6 seconds. Don't kill this creep. It's gonna die to the next firestorm. It's less efficient to auto-attack this down and then... just makes no sense mathematically. And why are you hitting all the small ones first? No. Alright, but let's keep moving on. You gotta use your mana boots much earlier. It's very important to spam these off cooldown just to guarantee that you have as much mana as possible. Okay, kicking TB out of the jungle. Personally, after kicking him out of the jungle though, I would go back to the top wave here. You should just go to the mid wave and push it in. There's no reason not to. Quap's there now, so you shouldn't take it, but okay. Oh, how is TB 2 levels higher than you? Did he take the tome or something? Or did he kill you? I don't know. But what you're doing here is just unnecessary. So the main thing I'd like to talk about for offlaners is putting yourself in a position when you're farming that you can't be ganked in, right? Like, dude, you don't need to invade the jungle. Like, there's no purpose. Let the TB farm. He's gonna farm. Amp your own game. Get huge. The way for you to easily win this game is to stomp the lane by doing what I said. Contest every single creep, including denies. Get really good at that. Buy the stat items, and then sit in your area, sit in your lane, farm, which you were sort of doing. Clearly not perfectly based upon the CS. You kill the wave, you kill the camp, you kill the wave, the other camp, you go back, you kill this. Then you put down a ward here, or you sit near this ward and you don't get ganked. But when you put yourself in a position like this, it's very easy for the enemy team to set up on you, and you don't want to give them that opportunity. Like, you're literally just giving them the opportunity to kill you, which you don't want to do at all costs, right? You want to stay as far away as possible. Also, you want to be much tankier by buying the items, which I know I say a lot, but even here, yeah, just push in this wave, and then you're going to push the next wave. Like, no need to invade the jungle, dude. This is why people just don't snowball. Don't invade the jungle. Click Q on the wave, then do it. Right? Cue the wave and then do it. And I get it, you want to go aggressive and you see OG doing this type of stuff, but you want to get farmed. Stick, mech, stick, mech, stick, mech, 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 Alright, I understand. It's a lot of buttons, but you just gotta, like, whenever you're dying, guys, the best advice I can get to everyone, whenever you're dying, your main priority should be to click all of your items and then click all of your spells. You click all of your items, and then click all of your spells. Do not run away. I know it sounds like counterintuitive. Don't run away. Obviously, you should try to run away, but don't make that your main priority, right? You want to click all your other buttons, because here, I actually think there's a chance you don't die to the storm. That's not true. He's full mana. You were dead anyway. But you would stall him out, right? Instead of burning 100 mana from storm, you would burn 600. And that would allow your team to win the fight, even if you do end up dying, right? Or it would prevent storm from farming that extra little bit, right? That's what it's all about. Dota is all about the little efficiencies. It's all about it. So I really do believe that people struggle to gain MMR because when they watch my videos or they get coaching, they expect there to be some, secret message, some secret sauce, and it just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. It's all about completing the little stuff better and better every single game. Like, once again here, you're just not shoving the top wave ever. Push it in, dude. You jungle after you shove the wave. Where are you going? Shove the wave. Alright, we're gonna end it about there. Only because, like, really, man, if you can fix these problems, Babu, like, you're gonna stomp. Just go copy a pro Underlord. Watch them. Copy their playstyle. Make sure you set your CS goal and your item timing goal based around their item timings. Copy it, and you're gonna do so much better. You don't need a ticket. You don't need to pick a hero. Guys, learn Dota, not heroes, right? Learn Dota. And then when you learn Dota, you can play any hero. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, click like and subscribe. And of course, sign up to the gameleap website because there, I do even more replay analysis. It's really good. It's really helpful. And I think you guys are going to get to the next bracket if you do sign up right now. Thanks for watching and peace. Before you leave, just want to say a quick message. If you're trying to get better at Dota or you just enjoyed that video, I know this is pretty general and you're going to hear this quite a bit from me. But I recommend you sign up to gameleap.com. Why? Because I put a lot of effort into the content over there, and generally the effort I do there is different from the content you're going to see here on YouTube. It is different. In fact, I usually go a lot more in depth on topics or into niche topics that help you get to the next level even faster. Because on YouTube, I often have to keep it more mainstream. And that's even why I'm putting it at the end of this YouTube video. That's why this is at the end, because a lot of people just watch 5 minutes, they skip through just for like the dopamine spike. But if you are interested in actually getting better at Dota, I recommend you go to the description down below, get your discount right now by clicking the link, sign up, use the discount code that you're gonna see there, and I hope to see you there right now. So click it, and yeah, thanks for watching.